Manchester United has been offered a Premier League flop with a questionable attitude as a striker to replace Rasmus Højlund. Guys, we've been disrespected, but this man of disrespect for me is beyond what can be accepted. I'm going to tell you more about Moise Kean and why exactly I think he shouldn't be stepping anywhere close to our club. Meanwhile, a big update and boost when it comes to Victor Gyokeres and Man United, or maybe Arsenal. We don't care whether they take him, but at least we know that United are still waiting, hoping we can still get a chance and pounce him. Subscribe, like, and share. Drop a comment and come, guys, come and learn how on earth you can earn online. Guys, quite a number of you keep asking me questions about this whole online thing, and why I think it's important. Guys, I tell you this: in life it matters how you evolve. You cannot be the same person every day. The world is changing, but you're resistant to change, but you expect to see different results in your life. It can't happen. It can't happen. They say the illiterate of the 21st century are not those who cannot read and write. It is those who are resistant to change. Don't be illiterate, not under my watch. The internet has affected and impacted the way people earn, the way people live, the way people communicate, the way people are treated, everything. Guys, if you've appreciated how the internet has affected everything else, but you don't want to understand how it has affected business and earning, you have a problem, honestly. You have a huge problem, and I'm praying for you. But if you really, really know that the internet has impacted earning so much that now among the richest people in the world, internet entrepreneurs are up there, you should be rushing to make use of that number to understand how the internet pays. Don't use it to ask me about Mbumo and Manu. I give Mbumo and Manu updates here every day. So you don't again contact me asking me the same things I give you. I'm not your private, sports, whatever. Like I do it on in private and exclusive. No, that's done on these platforms. But my contact is for strictly teaching you the business of the internet. But let's get into it, guys. So a report has come through suggesting that the representatives of Moise Kean have offered him to Manchester United because they've probably seen United is struggling to get a striker to get goals clearly, and they saw Højlund struggling to get even half a goal or even create half a chance for himself, and they feel they have got their star, the Italian 25-year-old Fiorentina goal scorer who has banged in 19 goals in just about 28 games for Fiorentina. His best season in his career, by the way, in Italy, after failing to score a single goal on his permanent move to Juventus when he joined in 2023. He did not score a single goal. He was on loan before that, scored a few, played a bit in PSG, scored a few, but Journeyman keeps moving. But before that, he was at Everton. Now, at Everton, because that's the only Premier League club he has played for, that's where I want to pick my bond with him. We are talking a guy who scored just about 4 goals in about 29 games for Everton. Scored about 4 goals, just 4 goals, and negligible 4 goals. But away from the goals, this guy has an attitude that's questionable. People were always complaining about him. I do remember also a game where the interim coach or manager of Everton at that time, Duncan Ferguson, brought him on as a substitute for 18 minutes and put him off. That alone shows you his story in the Premier League. That cannot be the player we're looking at. You're spending 50 whatever millions of money. You're trapped into long negotiations for Brian Mbumo, 2 of the best number 10s in the league, and all these. You're trying to build a good team. You're trying to encourage a good attitude around your team, and you're bringing in Moise Kean. No. For me, I don't think that's the player to go for. So for me, to have Moise Kean, I would rather stick with Rasmus Højlund. He has a buyout clause of about 43 million quid, which is not a lot of money per se, but for him, it's not. Even if he were 20 million, for me, he's not the player for Man United. I know we could be desperate because I told you guys the push could get to shove, and we are into a situation where we're desperate to find a guy because all the options we had are either not there. The only beauty is our first priority of a striker in Victor Gyokeres made it clear he's not playing for Sporting no more. In fact, they have given him the green light to extend his current holiday, which is in Greece, and he's been, resting on some islands in Greece. I mean, after banging in such record-breaking goals, certainly you deserve a holiday on a Greek island. But the president of Sporting has given him the green light to to extend his holiday. Because the rest of the teammates his teammates are going to rejoin the team to come or report for preseason on the 8th. That's next Tuesday. But they have told him to first continue a bit with his holiday, I think, as they sort his issues. Because he made it clear anyway himself, I'm not kicking a ball for you ever again. So, is that a good thing for Man United? For me, I think it is, because it releases us in a way. If Gyokeres is sorted, whether he joins United or not, even if he goes to Arsenal, we don't care. But we are somehow not moving on a striker. We are being offered these, nobodies, because we are still unclear on where we're headed. We are still waiting. So I think for me, Gyokeres being sorted will release us. Are we going to get Osimhen? I feel like the Gyokeres signing, and not even just joining Man United, the club he joins is his decision, or wherever he goes, is going to determine so much where other players go. I feel like Osimhen, so many other players are probably even Benjamin Sesko. So many players are and their next move is dependent a lot on where Gyokeres goes. I feel, because to many of the clubs, he's the first priority. So that's exactly what's happening. But for me, I'll say it here and clearly that Moise Kean should not even be thought of. You should not even be thought of. You would rather painfully gamble with Nkunku, who scored in one of the 4 goals as Chelsea cruised to the last 8 of the FIFA Club World Cup. Anyway, I'm not saying Nkunku is any better. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Injury prone, he's I also. But no. I mean, Moise Kean, no, not Man United. Anyhow, give me your view about that, because the striker situation is beginning to take shape. We are soon beginning to realize what exactly we will be doing in that striker department at Manchester United. But the offers we are getting are underwhelming, to be honest. More underwhelming than Rasmus Højlund's poor performance in the Premier League last season. So I would rather stick with him, honestly. If that is the worst, we stick with what we have and elevate Chido Obi and trust that he will bounce off the brilliance of Cunha and Bumo and banging them goals. I'm waiting for you, fam, to come learn and earn. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. But also, guys, the situation of Rashford, Antony, and Sancho is dragging. I feel like it's over-dragging. It's taking longer than it should. And it's not healthy for every process we're trying to do. So is the situation with Andrew Onana. There is still no clarity on whether Onana is staying or not. I know that the summer is still early, but we've got to know. We've got to know what is going to happen. What's going to happen? Going forward. And the earlier we know that, the better. Because if preseason is starting next week, really on Monday. Next week, because this week has started today. So if Man United's preseason is starting on Monday, then we've got to, the key departments have got to be sorted. And whereas, yes, the 210s is a key department, I feel the goalkeeper is a very important department. We can start the preseason, even the season, without a number 9. I wouldn't care. But we cannot start the season without clarity on who our number 1 is, honestly. So I feel like it's that point where we need to get to accelerate process. I know we're accelerating the Mbumo talks and what they are going on, and soon a bid number 3 will be in and the deal will be sealed, and probably early this week we're going to say medical. But we are a bit, I think, lagging a bit behind when it comes to clearing certain players that we need out to get players in. But again, I know that, some of the things, and it's not an event. These players are contracted, have healthy, juicy, big, fat contracts. So undoing them is not an event. It's a process that will take time. Guys, we mingled so tight that untangling is going to be quite a piece of work. But not that it is impossible. We can do it. Just like you too can learn and start earning from the internet with just your phone and data. And that time you spend there. No extra investment. The only investment you put in here is the money you pay, the $15 you pay for knowledge. The $15 you pay to me is for my knowledge. It's just that. Book your time and get the knowledge. I cannot give you free knowledge. It's cheap, first of all, but changing your life changing. And just $15 really. It's peanuts. Come, learn and earn. Cheers.